Yogah Karmasu Kaushalam.
Now, here we are in a second section of this module, and we will learn more recent trends of English language teaching. In the first phase of section 2, we went through 7 types of recent trends in English language learning. Now, we are going to focus few recent trends of English language learning, where instructor has focused on TED Education, Google Classroom, Google Forms and SurveyMonkey.com, application based language learning teaching, and trends based on English language learning sitcoms. Besides, it has also covered English language teaching with technology, Web 2.0 tools, website based trends in English language teaching. Now we will go through one by one trends of English language learning. First, we focused on TED education. As it is noted that TED education means Youth and Education Initiative, aims to spark and celebrate the ideas of teachers and students around the world. TED Education is ever-growing library of original animated video and providing an international platform for teachers to create their own interactive lessons to helping curious students around the globe. TED Education runs TED Education clubs, TED Education websites, TED Education news, and TED Education videos. Google Forms and SurveyMonkey.com are another trends of English language learning. Let's look at the key functions of Google Forms and SurveyMonkey.com. Now you have a question, what type of a teaching methodology you can apply when you want to use this Google Form and SurveyMonkey.com in your classroom. As I told you that to collect students data, to collect students feedback, to get students review detail, to get the students details, this is the way we can use this both the facility Google Forms and SurveyMonkey.com. The fourth, here I would like to give name of some application which are based on English language teaching and learning. Yes, of course, numbers of websites are available to improve your listening, speaking, reading and writing. But here I have listed some important applications that you can ask your student to use it and that really help them to improve their English knowledge. First, name of that application is My Word Book. Second, application name is Grammar Up. Another application is English Listening and Speaking. Kahoot is another application. Babbel. Babbel is a very well-known name in the field of English language learning. Now moving towards another trend that is based on learning sitcoms. Sitcoms, in a traditional language, we are saying that watching different kind of serials. But here, there are many English language learning sitcoms. They are designed with the humor and active dialogue and attracts young learners to watch it. Here I have listed total 8 sitcoms. There are many English language learning sitcoms, but these 8 are very important, and because they have designed special lecture based on their dialogue. First, look at the Big Bang Theory. This is a very popular sitcoms among native speakers, and as well as in India, students are also watching it because this is designed just for the entertainment purpose. Here, let's look at the video.
Hey guys, this is Max from Learn English with TV. But before we get into the scene, there is some important information about the movie Back to the Future that we think you should know in case you haven't watched it. So here it goes. Back to the Future is a famous 1985 American science fiction movie in which a high school kid named Marty goes 30 years into the future to 2015. Doc is the crazy scientist who invents the time machine, and Biff, the villain, is a high school bully in 1985.
Hold on, pause. Something doesn't make sense.
Hold on is used to tell someone to wait for a short time, especially so that you have some time to check or think about something. For example, hold on a second, let me check if I have the tickets. To not make sense. If something doesn't make sense, it means it lacks logic. For example, the theory that Earth is flat doesn't make sense.
In 2015, Biff steals the sports almanac and takes the time machine back to 1955 to give it to his younger self.
An almanac is an annual publication containing information such as important dates and weather forecasts. The almanac the guys are talking about in this scene is the sports almanac from Back to the Future, which Biff used to go back in time and win lots of money by gambling or betting. The self. Self is a word used to refer to one's own existence as a person, your identity, or who you are, especially in a reflective way. The word is used by itself. For example, he expresses his true self through music, or combined with a possessive adjective like my, your, her, as in love yourself.
As soon as he does that, he changes the future. As soon as he does that. As soon as he does that, he changes the future.
It wasn't until his 21st birthday that 1955 Biff placed his first bet.
To place a bet is the act of risking money or a valuable item with hopes of winning and multiplying your value. This word is often used as a verb. For example, to bet on something, or together with the word place, as in to place a bet.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Whoa. Is placed right?
What do you mean?
What do you mean is used to ask for clarification on something someone told you but you didn't completely understand.
Is place the right tense for something that would have happened in the future?
The tense is the grammatical concept of past, present, and future that verbs communicate. For example, the past tense of bring is brought.
Something that would have happened. Something that would have happened. Something that would have happened.
That's when he altered the timeline.
A timeline is a line that includes marks showing when particular events happened in the past or future. In this scene, altering the timeline means changing the future by intervening in how certain events took place in the past.
Unlike Hot Tub Time Machine, this couldn't be more simple.
Unlike is used to indicate how someone or something is different from other people or things. For example, unlike other planets in our solar system, Earth is perfect for life.
This isn't the one in which Marty and Doc Brown ever used the time machine to travel to 2015. Therefore, in the new timeline, Marty and Doc never brought the time machine.
Wait.
Therefore means for that reason. For example, it's going to be cold when you land in London. Therefore, I recommend you take plenty of warm clothes with you.
I'm going with it.
To go with it is used to say you're making a choice out of different possibilities. For example, it's a risky investment, but they're going to go with it.
What kind of name is Biff? What kind of name is Biff? What kind of name is Biff? Sounds like when you pop open a can of Pillsbury Dough. Biff.
To pop open is to open suddenly and quickly, often with a pop sound. For example, let's pop open a bottle of champagne and celebrate. A can is a closed metal container for food or drinks.
Do you know if you look at Do you know if you look at Austria on a map, it actually looks like a wiener?
That's my boy.
"That's my boy" is used as an expression of encouragement when someone has done something well. This is particularly funny coming out of Sheldon's mouth because it's a really informal and playful expression, and a guy like Sheldon isn't normally so supportive.
Okay, so it wasn't until his 21st birthday that Biff will have placed his first bet and made his millions.
It wasn't until something that. This construction is used to explain that an action happened only after another action or event took place. For example, it wasn't until I saw the bill that I realized we had spent too much on that meal.
Oh, that stuff is so good wrapped around cocktail weenies.
Do you know if you look at Austria on a map, it actually looks like a wiener?
A cocktail weenie is a small sausage produced from pork or beef, sometimes used with a toothpick as an appetizer. If you look at Austria on a map, it actually looks like a wiener. A wiener is the same thing as weenie. We have cocktail weenies, but wiener is another word for penis, which, according to Raj, is what Austria looks like.
Unlike Hot Tub Time Machine, this couldn't be more simple.
Hot Tub Time Machine is a 2015 movie about a malfunctioning hot tub that turns into a time machine.
I'm going with it. Marty and Doc never had brought the time machine to 2015.
The crazy verb tense is used here, just in case you did the mental gymnastics to check if these invented verb tenses are logical. Even if time travel were possible, they would not be correct. Interestingly, the scene first took place as a real conversation between the writers of the series before writing it into the script.
Do you love this lesson? Then remember to click here to join our free 3-part mini course teaching you English with your favorite TV series.
Another sitcom name, that is How I Met Your Mother. This is a family-oriented sitcom where all characters are discussing on various social issues, and this kind of sitcom a student can watch in the classroom also. To understand it clearly, let's look at the video.
Let's jump into this lesson with How I Met Your Mother. Teacup pig. The term teacup refers to a class of small domestic pig. This type of pig receives this name because a teacup is small. It's worth mentioning that this animal isn't as small as a teacup, and also this term isn't extremely common. Cute. Something or someone that is cute is very pretty or attractive. Example, what a cute little baby.
I was shy and awkward. I was like 100 pounds heavier and I had these crazy buck teeth.
Shy, nervous, timid, or showing lack of confidence around other people. Buck teeth, prominent upper front teeth. Hot, pretty, cute. We've seen these 3 words being used so far in the scene.
No, I've always been hot.
Were you always this pretty?
You're so cute. You're the cutest piggy ever.
Although their meanings are similar in some ways, it's important you know how they differ as well. We use cute to refer to something that's attractive and young and that makes you want to hug it, like a puppy or baby. But this word is also commonly used to refer to a person that's attractive or good looking. Pretty is also used in this way. Someone who's pretty has a beautiful face, but more to refer to women. Hot, on the other hand, also means attractive, but has a stronger sexual connotation. It can be used for men or women.
I just need you to be patient. I just need you to be patient. I just need you to be patient. I'm really into you.
To be into something or someone. If you're into something, like to be into shooting video games, it means you like it, you're interested in it, and you know about it. Example, I'm not really into video games. If you're into a person, it means you're romantically attracted to that person.
Ted, right now is the classic on the hook catchphrase.
Catchphrase. A well-known sentence or phrase commonly used to characterize a person, group, idea, or point of view. This is especially common with TV shows, characters, or public figures. Like Joey from Friends is famous for saying, "How you doing?" At job interviews, "Don't call us, we'll call you," is the typical catchphrase employers use to say to potential candidates they won't be hired.
Hey, there she is.
There she is. Used to say someone has finally arrived. It may denote you've been waiting anxiously for that person to come, and or that you're happy they're now with or around you. Example, there he is, we've been waiting for you.
Hang on to this girl, Ted.
Hang on to this girl. Literally, hang on, to hold or grip someone or something tightly. Metaphorically, this word means to not let a person go, to care for them or make them happy so that they don't leave you.
Hey, big brown eyes, how you doing?
I'm good.
I'm good. Common response people use for the question, how are you? Note that grammatically, it's not correct, but people use it anyway. The grammatically correct response is, I'm well, but people almost never say this. What is a little more common with well is, I'm doing well.
Hey, by the way, you ditched that loser boyfriend yet?
Ditch, to get rid of somebody in a social situation, or to end a relationship with someone. This is very rude or harsh. Example, she ditched him because he was very jealous.
You have a boyfriend? You have a boyfriend? You have a boyfriend?
I mean, he's not really my boyfriend. I mean, he's not really my boyfriend. I mean, he's not really my boyfriend. Technically, he kind of is. Technically, he kind of is. Technically, he kind of is.
Well, is he or isn't he? Well, is he or isn't he? Well, is he or isn't he? She brought some of her coworkers. She brought some of her coworkers. She brought some of her coworkers. Hang on to her. Hang on to her. Hang on to her and never let go.
Isn't he great? Isn't he great? Isn't he great?
Yeah, I hope you've learned a lot so far. As promised, we are now going to show you a preview from our 3-part mini course, Phoebe's Nutty Boyfriend.
You have a teacup pig? Oh my gosh!
Awesome! I'm so proud of you for taking some time today to actually improve your English, and I hope you had some fun doing it.
In this video, you have found that some characters of these sitcoms are talking, and at the end, the person who is explaining us various rules of a grammar, pronunciation, and many more things. The list of sitcoms are Grey's Anatomy, Glee, The Simpsons, The House of Cards, Friends. I don't think so any of the students who have not watched any of the episodes of this sitcom Friends. In these sitcoms, all the characters are talking very actively, energetically, and with the humor. And here in this video clip, you will also find that how you can learn with this kind of sitcoms or the series of Friends.
Alright, today I have one of my favorite ever scenes of Joey. He sneaks into an English as a second language classroom to follow a beautiful woman. Now, we all know that Joey isn't the smartest from Friends, but because he's a native speaker, he's obviously one of the best in this class. So let's see what happens. Remember to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already so that you can get really power-packed lessons like this every week, which are going to help you immensely with your fluency. So let's jump into this lesson with Friends.
All right, great. Okay, I just gotta go pick up my books. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
No problem. I'll be right here.
Nice to see you again, Maria.
Hello, Mrs. Lafferty.
Oh, welcome. What is your name?
I'm Joey.
Joey, you have a wonderful accent.
Thank you.
Joey, this is an English as a second language class for beginners. Are you sure you're in the right place?
Oh, I'm in the right place.
Let's get started. I hope that everybody practiced counting to 10 over the weekend.
Yes.
Great. Let's do it together.
I just gotta go pick up my books. I'll be right back. I just gotta go pick up my books. I'll be right back. I just gotta go pick up my books. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
I'll be right back. used to say you will return in a moment. For example, don't go anywhere, I'll be right back.
No problem, I'll be right here. No problem, I'll be right here. No problem, I'll be right here.
Practiced counting to 10. Practiced counting to 10. I hope that everybody practiced counting to 10 over the weekend. Somebody's gonna get a gold star.
Somebody, or someone. We sometimes use this pronoun humorously to say what a person will receive, whether this is something you'll enjoy or something you won't be pleased about. Example, a mother to her child who doesn't want to do his homework. Looks like somebody won't go out to play with his friends. Gold star, a prize given to someone in recognition of a notable performance in class.
Why don't you pick it up? Why don't you pick it up? Why don't you pick it up where Renata left off?
Pick it up where someone left off. Pick up in this case means to restart reading a book from where someone had previously stopped. Where someone left off refers to that point, the last page that was read before abandoning the book. For example, Chad, pick it up from page 40, where Ethan left off.
Now this is a hard part, so take your time.
To take your time. To not hurry because there's enough time to do something carefully or patiently. For example, when you're learning to drive, take your time learning the basics in an open parking lot before taking it into traffic.
Oh boy, yeah, this looks tough.
Oh boy. Exclamation used to express amazement, excitement, or to the contrary, that you don't enjoy doing something. For example, oh boy, I can't believe it broke again. I thought I'd already repaired this thing. Tough, difficult, hard. For example, I heard that the final test is really tough. Friends spin-off. The main character in this clip is Joey Tribbiani, but this isn't Friends. It's a spin-off called Joey. A spin-off is a TV show that continues the narrative of a previous show, in this case, Friends, with some aspect of the same story. Alright, so we've learned a lot already. If you love clips like this, then you're going to really get a ton out of our free 3-part mini course, and I'm going to show you a preview right now. Continue watching this hilarious scene and learn English without subtitles and without getting lost or bored with our free 3-part course. Master real English with a special present, the PDF Power Lesson, and a vocabulary memorization file. Plus, get weekly dynamic fluency lessons. Click on the box at the top right corner and join thousands of learners around the world who are making learning a fun part of their life. Amazing. I hope that you loved that scene as much as I did. It is really hilarious, the kind of situations that Joey gets himself into, and you will get so much more of this with our course Fluent with Friends. You can learn more about that by getting our free 3-part mini course. Just click here. You can also subscribe to our channels because we put videos out like this every week. Just click here, and you can watch one of our older videos right now by clicking here. Now, for the final step, go back to the start of this video and watch the scene again without subtitles with dramatically improved comprehension. Aw, yeah!
I hope that you enjoyed that video, and the last is Family Matters. You can suggest all the sitcoms to your students and help them to learn English language. Now, here there are many ICT tools that you can ask your students to use and make English language learning easy, like digital camera, digital video, video conferencing, audio books, PowerPoint presentation, LCD projector, language lab, and many things. When we are talking about recent trends of English language learning, it is compulsory, or we can say that no one can forget to discuss about Web 2.0 tools. Here is the list of Web 2.0 tools. I think so all of them are very popular, and just make sure that these are the Web 2.0 tools. Podcast. With the help of it, you can record your voice and you can prepare an audio file and share among the students. Blogs. Really, this is a very useful because this is like an online digital diary. Teacher can upload various materials, assignments, topics on a blog. But most important thing a teacher can do on a blog is that ask your students to comment on the blog and request them to upload that comment in English. What is the role of a teacher at that time? You can correct the English of the students, and this is the way all the students who are reading that comments, they can also get the chance to learn correct English, and the students who is writing a comment on the blog, he or she also get the where he is making the mistake. So not using blog only for writing a content, uploading the content, preparing the material and presentation, but you can use the blog for asking students to make the comment and learn it. Email are very popular, telephonic interview and Skype interview just for an experience. So in a future, if they go outside or if went in the corporate world, that time if they need to face telephonic Skype interview, they are ready. With the help of iPods and YouTube, TAD, Moodle, Twitter, social medias, we can teach students in an interesting way. So these are Web 2.0 tools that are also considered as emerging trends in English language teaching. Google Docs, this is also one of the important and it is very popular. And at the end of this module, I have prepared a list of websites which are based on English language teaching. So have a look, try it, ask your student to explore it and learn it. There are many more websites which are helping English language teaching, but here I have listed few websites. But for the beginner, I request that you at least explore all these websites. To summarize this lecture, I would like to say that in this module, you get the idea about various historical trends of English language teaching as well as recent trends of English language teaching. When you were learning recent trends of English language learning, you have found different 17 tools, and in each tool you have found the meaning of that tool, key features, objectives of that tool, specifically teaching methodology a teacher can apply, that is the suggestion, and it has covered advantages and limitation. So if you want to make your class paperless, if you want to make your class e-class, and if you want to make digital learning, I hope so. All these suggestions help you to make your classroom online, creative, organized and wonderful.
I thank you very much, Dr. Jinali Patel, for your scholarly deliberations on various latest trends in ELT. You have really talked on various latest trends which are happening in ELT. Friends, when we talk about latest, the moment we talk about it, it becomes outdated. As you know, friends, if you buy a mobile today, and after just 1 week or maybe after 2-3 days, if you go to a market and inquire about the latest mobiles, people will say your mobile got outdated. So it is said in terms of mobiles that the moment you buy mobile, it becomes outdated. So I even think that information when we talk about, so when we talk about latest on ELT, the moment we have recorded this, the moment we have talked about it, it has become outdated.
Yes,
so
sir.
there is nothing called latest. Friends, for latest, you have to look up at various resources every day. You have to look up at various websites, you have to look up at various publications, and thousands of books get published every day. If you want to be in touch with the latest, we have to update ourselves every day. But yes, the resources which he has talked about, the trends which he has talked about will really be useful to us to make our classroom interaction more effective and interesting. Now, as I do always, friends, on behalf of you, yes, I play both the roles. I play role of coordinator as well as I play role of participant. I observe the resource person when they talk about the module very closely, exactly what they talk about. And there are many questions which come to my mind when I observe them and when I listen to or when I watch them. So on behalf of you participants, friends, again, I would like to ask something to Jinali. Yes. Jinali, there are few things which come to my mind on behalf of participants. First thing which comes to my mind is how ICT is useful to a teacher in English language classroom, because there are various different classes for ICT. So
Yes,
what do you say?
Yes, sir. I strongly agree with you that nowadays there is nothing like latest. each and every tools in technology are changing day by day. But here I would like to say one thing, that it was a time when students were learning from the book, and this is the time when students are learning from the screen. In this environment, it is necessary for teacher and make the classroom more innovative with the help of ICT tool. So here I would like to answer that information communication technology had made English language classroom very easy to learn. For an example, if I say that blogging, with the help of a blogging, you can touch with the students 24/7, and with the help of a comment and other tools, you can ask learners to make them update, you can ask them to write and you can correct them. So these are the many ways ICT helps. Even ICT also help teachers to frame the curriculum, and that will be the useful for not only to the national level, but it will be useful to them at the international level. So to have an ICT tool in the classroom is requirement, not only the requirement, but learners are more interested to learn with the ICT tools.
Very true, you rightly said, you rightly pointed out. Basically, when I repeatedly use the word digital natives, you cannot omit the presence of ICT tools in the hand of the students. Not in the hand of students, but the presence in the families where they are groomed and grown up. So friends, we are living in a world which is ICT enabled and ICT facilitated world. We cannot omit teaching and learning from this. So one has to learn ICT tools, and enabling ICT, you rightly said, I agree, I fully agree with you, that you can be in touch with students for larger time. It is not possible for you to be in touch with students after class hours otherwise. Okay, 1 or 2 students can come to you. There may be many shy students, there may be students who are living at a distance, or there may be students who don't want to disturb you at odd times. But they can post a question,
yes, sir.
They can send their queries to you, and see, it is a blessing for a teacher also, that we can reply at our time.
Yes.
We can read them at our time and we can reply them. And not only that, friends, I mean to say, and I really mean this when I'm saying this, that we can look at the latest resources when we are answering them. So before answering a student, we can look at the latest resources of the subject, whatever are available. Because see, I am not like maybe some of very scholarly teacher that who remember everything.
Yes.
I may need to look at some resources. I may like to refresh my knowledge before I answer my students. So ICT is one of very good tool in this way, and it's a blessing. I fully agree with what you said, Chinali. Now there is another question which comes to my mind is, what are the recent trends of ELT? You have talked about various trends, but if I would like you to summarize them in nutshell, what do you think? What are the recent trends? Where they are going?
When I was asking so many students and subject experts, I gathered number of recent tools which can help to improve English language teaching.
True.
And that time I found one thing, that when teacher is ready and student is ready to learn with an information communication tool, resources, infrastructures becomes secondary thing.
Very true.
So with this note, I want to say that teacher can use flipped learning, blended learning,
yes,
Google Classroom, TED Education,
very
which
true,
are readily available, where teacher just need to be a guide and to explain them how these various websites and various theories work. Even teacher can ask them to learn through English movie, sitcoms and many things. So I feel that when teacher posted something on a blog or a classroom and students reply at their home, very next day they are waiting for the teacher to come in the classroom to ask that, I have written something, I wrote that, ma'am, have you read it and got it? So that means that they are 24/7, or after leaving the premises of the institute, they are still that thinking that this is a unique way to keep in touch with the faculty and get the new knowledge. So I think that this is the way we can make the classroom student centric.
Very true. So latest in trends is going on, like if you summarize, then it's student centric.
Yes.
It was a time when teacher was the center of the classroom,
yes,
but now teacher is no more a center of the class. He is merely a facilitator. Our role from information provider has changed to a facilitator. What our function is, friends, we all know that we are there to facilitate learning. And I tell you, friends, one philosopher rightly said that nobody can teach unless the other wants to learn.
Yes.
So if students want to learn, then we can really teach them in a very well way. Or if they don't want to learn, we can create an ambience in the class. We can create such an atmosphere in the class where learning happens. Exactly, we cannot teach. Our new role is, the latest in trends in ELT is we should facilitate learning. That is one. Another, if we talk about in terms of approaches, there are many approaches we have looked at till now. The latest in approaches is something which we can call eclectic approach.
Yes.
Students, teachers, they look at various approaches and looking at the ambience, looking at the geographical level, looking at the infrastructure available, looking at the level of teacher and student, looking at the resources. So looking at all this, student and teacher can decide that what will suit me best. What is good for a student in Ahmedabad may not be good for a student in Kolkata. What is good for a student in Delhi may not be good for students in Madras. So it depends where the student is, what exactly his background is, who is exactly teaching or facilitate learning. So these all affects. So this is also has to be looked at. And the third, which Madam has stressed repeatedly, is technology. Friends, we are living in the world of technology. How can we talk without technology? How can we see me at present? Tell me. You can see me just because the technology exists. Otherwise, how can you see me sitting at such a distant place? Yes, friends. So the latest in trends in teaching, not only English language teaching, in all teaching, in teaching at world, across the globe, is technology. So these are the three areas which are very prominent areas. I guess another question which comes to my mind generally is, what are the benefits of learning English through some portals or some websites or some ways like sitcoms?
Yes, sir. First, by looking at the word sitcoms, many people consider it as a serial, series, but I consider that it's a situation-based comedies.
True.
When students or anyone, they are watching film or a movie, it is just relaxing way. But they don't know with this relaxing mode, they are learning with their joy.
True.
While watching English sitcoms, where they are showing the background of native speakers, very many students get opportunity to go abroad and to learn.
Yes,
but while watching this kind of a sitcoms, they can get the idea about how the native speakers are living and what type of accent, pronunciation and the culture. So this is in a based way. Another thing is that the sitcoms are based on various kind of humor. So they can learn not only situation based learning, but they can learn how to respond in particular situation.
Very true.
So I think so that situation based comedies, that means sitcoms, in modules I have given the list of sitcoms where, and even I have given videos also, while that students can or anyone can read it, understand it, revise it and can use that phrases, words, vocabulary, accent in their day-to-day life. So I can say that this is also one of the recent trends of learning English.
Very true. When we are talking about recent trends, how can I miss what I do to learn? Friends, I am sharing it with you as a friend, not as a coordinator or maybe like that, that suppose you want to learn something. One day I wanted to learn how to make one food item, and particularly that was pizza. I wanted to make it at home. Then I thought that how to learn it. Exactly, then I talked to my daughter that, Jill beta, how will we prepare a pizza? We eat it lot. Then she said, it's very simple, Papa. I said, yes, I know it's very simple. Before she replied, I replied her and I told her, but I know, let's go to a recipe book and find it out, how can we do it? And I tell you friends, luckily Dr. Jinali was also there. And what Jill suggested is, I'm talking about a young chap, what she has suggested is, she suggested let's go to YouTube and let's have a look at the videos how to prepare it. And friends, I tell you, it was so easy. We just looked at YouTube video, how to prepare it. They have shown us different kind of varieties of pizzas. Pizza is just a symbol. It can be anything. Anything what you want to solve. If I get some problem in computer, then what I do, I search it on various websites that how to resolve it. When it comes to preparing some recipe, when it comes to doing something, And what is the easiest way? We go to internet, we go to kind of videos like YouTube, and then we search on, and then we get exactly how people do it. We look at people really doing it and then explaining it how to do it.
Yes.
And again, it's at our time. Maybe we can stop it, pause
Rewind
it, and then
it,
look
yes,
at it again.
again.
There are many videos where people provide even description also at the part. So descriptions and video. This is one of the ways to solve problems, one of the ways to learn. I don't say that it is the only way, but it is one of the ways through which we can learn. So this is what is happening in latest. As you are watching me through this online refresher course, this is also something which today is latest. But maybe tomorrow, after a few months, you may say that we have done it, and I will not be able to say anymore that this is the first of its kind course. So there will be many courses. There are many MOOC courses available at present. Massive open online courses. It has come to a community that people think that we should give something back. So it was a time that people used to keep copyrights with them only. Now people try to make it open. People try to share it in YouTube, people try to share it on MOOCs, and people try to share it on such platforms like Swayam. So I think this is something which is going on in latest. I thank Jinali, you especially. I thank you for bringing something latest and bringing something fresh to our modules. I thank her on behalf of National Resource Center of Ministry of Human Resource Development Center of Gujarat University. Thank you very much.
Welcome, sir. Thank you very much.